Hello, fifth graders. Germantown Elementary School. It's me, Mr. Del Pazzo, coming to you from my art room, which is actually my basement, but it's my art room now until further notice. So what we're going to do here is we're going to have art class via some videos. So every other week, every couple weeks, I will put a video on for each grade level, and we'll do some drawings together. Okay? Something a little different, but we're going to give it a shot. So what we're going to do a little cartoon picture today. We're going to draw a picture of Squidward. And I'm going to go pretty quick, okay? I'm going to zip right through it for the simple reason that you can pause and rewind this thing anytime you want. You can take as long as you want. You can do it a few minutes a day. You can just sit down and just do the whole thing all the way through. And the reason why there's a 2-week window, week 1, you can get the drawing part of it done, and in week 2, you can maybe marker it, ink it, whatever, and then you can color it in using crayons, colored pencils, markers, whatever you'd like. And once you do that, you want to make sure that you send it to me either via the Teams app, because I know 5th and 6th grade use the Teams, Microsoft Teams, or you can send it to my email address, which is mdelpazzo@germantowncsd.org. I'll write it on my board at the end of our video. So what I'm going to do, the reason why I made that nose in red, usually we start with a line. Right? I usually start you guys with something. Can't start you with it. You're going to have to draw it yourself this time. But what I'll do is I'm just going to leave that up there, and that's a shape we're going to start with. So you're going to need a piece of paper. You're going to need a pencil and eraser. Any piece of paper will do, okay? Anything. Piece of copy paper. If you have a sketchbook, you have larger paper, knock yourself out. Use whatever you got, okay? Don't worry about it. It can even be a piece of line paper. It doesn't matter. Just like your teachers are working with you all through the weeks just to keep all your skills up and keep it going, keep school. We're in school right now, believe it or not. We want to do the same thing with the art, okay? We want to make sure we're exercising that creative right side of our brain, so we're going to do some drawings together, okay? So I am going to erase this first, and then we're going to do it together. I hope you guys are doing well. You're not going stir crazy like Mr. Del Pazzo in his house. It's very strange, but hopefully we'll be back together soon. Hopefully. Okay? Crossing my fingers every day because I want to get back to school. I want to see you guys. I want to see all my classes and get back to doing what I love to do. And that's teach you art. Oops. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do, you want to turn that paper vertical, because Squidward tentacles is very tall and thin. So we're going to go vertical. Your nose, which is basically like an egg, like an Easter egg, it's going to be the center left to right, and it's going to be slightly lower than halfway, right? This is about the middle of my paper, so I would say maybe somewhere near the top of your nose, your egg shape, will be about the middle of the paper. Because we got a lot more going on up here than we do down there. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to do with his mouth, right? We're going to do the Squidward right over here. And Squidward is annoyed. He's always annoyed. He lives next to SpongeBob. It's enough to annoy anybody. So what we're going to do is about right in the middle of our nose, which is a nice big egg. It's rounder and larger at the bottom, and it tapers and gets a little bit thinner, but it's still round at the top as well. So what we're going to do is we are going to draw kind of like a slightly curved rectangle that kind of dips down a little bit because he's a little upset, a little annoyed. He always is. Right, so it's kind of like a rectangle that's kind of drooping. And the corners are rounded. And inside that rectangle, remember, you can pause this and rewind it anytime you want, okay? Which you know. So on each side, I'm going to draw a little curve, a little thick curve line. And right down the middle, that's going to be his actual mouth, where his top and bottom lips come together. Okay. And then on the side of that, we're going to draw the side of his face. Right. Actually, these top lines don't actually touch. A little bit of room. Okay. So out a little bit from the nose, I would say maybe like halfway out on the mouth, a line up. You can have them go straight up. I kind of curved mine just slightly. And you're going to probably finish those lines a little bit above the top of the nose. Okay. Okay, now our eyes. Our eyes are nice, two nice big ovals. Okay, two nice big round ovals. So you're going to want to draw lightly. We always want to draw lightly, especially on this drawing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw my eyes. Two nice big eggs. I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger. They can even touch. They can touch your nose if you want. And the reason why I want you to do those lightly is because we're actually going to erase a little bit of it, because he's got his eyelids. His eyelids are like halfway down, which they always are, right? Part of his annoyed look on his face. So right about in the middle, draw an eyelid. It's kind of like the rings going around Saturn. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase that little teeny tiny line right there and right there. So that way there's nothing going through his little eyelid. Okay? And then on the other side, I'm going to do when that curves out. See how it curves out a little bit further than the actual eye? This one we're not going to do a bump on the other side. This one actually, this eye is in front of this eye. It's a slight little overlap. Okay? Just like that. And I'm going to do just a little hint of an eyelid, kind of like a very thin line. Doesn't touch anything, it just kind of floats in the middle. And then his pupil's actually a rectangle. Now, when you color this in, they're not actually black. When you see this, if you want to find out the colors, just Google it. If you don't know Squidward by heart, they're actually red. But I'm going to color them in just because it looks a little bit better. Don't do that because you're using a pencil. I'm using a marker, so I'll color them in. Now up here we've got a little bit going on with our eyebrows. All right, eyebrows show expression, and it's no different with Squidward. They're definitely going to help his expression. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to erase a little bit of the top of this eye on my left, and I'm going to draw a line that kind of goes across like that. You can make it a little bit thicker if you want. And then over here, his eyebrows, right? So it's kind of like one up, one down, like that. So that one's up. Now, I'm going to draw the top of his head. Now, this is a really big, gigantic round line. You might want to lightly sketch this out in a few shorter lines, right? Just think of this as your sloppy copy. This could be your sloppy copy. You can kind of work everything out, and then you can trace it. We've done this before. And then maybe put another piece of paper over top if you want to make a nice clean copy. Cartoonists do this all the time. They don't just whip the drawing out and everything's perfect. They lightly sketch everything out. They get all the expression and all the proportions all correct, and then they will do a clean copy. You can do that with a piece of copy paper over top with something light. If your paper is a little heavier, you might want to put your clean paper over top of your sloppy copy and put it up against a window, and you can use that like a light box, which we've done before in the art room. So think of this kind of as your sloppy copy. You can make as many mistakes on this as you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the head. I'm going to do it in one big swoop, but you might want to break it down into different shapes. So I'm going to start right here on the top of the head. I'm going to finish there. Go up, around, just like that. If you can fit another eye right above it, maybe just a smidge more than an eye above it, then you know your head's right about the same size. It's not a perfect circle, it's a little bit wider than it is tall. And he's got these little, all SpongeBob characters, they all have these little spots. Patrick's got them, SpongeBob's got them. They all, I guess you get those from living under the sea, I don't know. And then we'll do the neck and the shirt. His neck is very skinny, starts a little wider, gets a little skinnier down toward the bottom. Neck's going to be about as tall as your nose. And then the collar, it's kind of like a big, tall, skinny letter V. Starts up and down, goes in, and then the other side, and they meet like a V-neck shirt, which he has like a polo shirt on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up here and go down around. That's like the side of his collar, right? Then we're going to come down. It's kind of like over and down, basically. And then we're going to go up and come down. Up, that's the point of the collar, right, of his polo shirt. And right about the middle of the collar, we'll just kind of come down. Make his shoulders like so. And that's it. I told you I was going to go fast. Okay? Don't worry about it. Pause it. Take your time. Use as much time as you need to get your Squidward just the way you want them. Now, very, very important. Very important. This is our art room. The only problem is I'm looking at an iPad. I can't see what you're doing. Okay? I can't come over and look over your shoulder and go, looks great. So what I need you to do, I need you to send me your artwork when you're done with it. Right? Week 1, sketch it out. Week 2, color it in. You can Google it if you want to find out all the wonderful colors on Squidward. Right? You've got like yellow inside the eyes. He's kind of like a bluish green color. And he's kind of got like a yellowish gold shirt. And of course his pupils right there are red. But you can Google it. You can find out the colors easy enough. No problem. But I want to see your artwork. Okay? That's the only problem with this video. I'm doing it. And I'm assuming that you're doing it. But I don't know. So I want to give you some feedback, so it's a little bit more like the actual art room, right? Give and take. But you need to send me your artwork so I can check it out, and then I can give you some feedback on how the artwork came out, okay? I'm sure it's going to be wonderful. So there's a couple different ways you can do that. I know the 5th and 6th grade use Microsoft Teams. You can send me a message in Teams. You can send me a picture if you want, or you can send it to my school email, right? So what I'll do, I'll write it right across Squidward. My school email, if you don't know it, all lowercase, M, Del Pozzo, DELPOZZO, at Germantown, CSD.org. mdelpazzo@germantowncsd.org. It's my school email. You send me your artwork. Every time we do something, I want you to send it to me as soon as you get done with it. And I will definitely send you an email back and give you some feedback on how it turned out. I'm sure it's going to be absolutely amazing. And that way, it's a little bit more of a teacher-student relationship rather than some guy showing you how to draw something on a whiteboard, okay? I miss you guys. I can't wait to see you guys again. Hopefully we'll be back soon, but until then, this will be our little art class, okay? Take care, stay safe. See you later, guys. I miss you. Bye.